Surviving negative 42-degree Fahrenheit wind chill weather in a tent. Disclaimer, I do not recommend anyone trying this. I was well prepared and have plenty of camping experience, including in cold weather. Frostbite, hypothermia, or death are very possible if you are unprepared. Preparation is key in surviving in such adverse and potentially lethal weather conditions. Hello everyone, I'm Chris, also known as CT Christian. In January, I endured some of the coldest Arctic weather I've ever went through while living in my tent. I survived with all of my fingers, toes, earlobes, nose intact. This video will go into what it took for me to survive. I'm currently recording this video at the public library because the internet and my phone have not been working very good where my tent is, and I've been having people mess with my stuff there as well.
Oh, Chris, it's Broomhilda from Sweden. You are looking good. You know, Chris, I could keep you warm, yeah.
Broomhilda, I'm doing a video right now.
Oh, can I be in the video?
You're in the video right now, but I need you to go so I can continue doing the video.
Oh, are you capturing my good side?
Broomhilda, there's a whole lot of you. I don't know what is your good side.
Oh, that's just more me to love, yeah.
Broomhilda, I don't have time for this. You have to go.
Okay, I will come back later, yeah.
Fine. Just go. Sorry about that, everyone. Okay, back to the video. So here are some of my tips and things that I did to survive. We will start with the clothing and then get to what I did for my tent and the heat source, and then on to my mission. The clothing that I had on was very important. I needed to actually go outside the tent to take my dog out and to shovel snow. I had a winter coat. It was insulated and made for cold weather. As you can see, I also had insulated windproof glove. Mine happened to be the Mossy Oak brand that I got from Walmart, but there's other brands out there that work just as good. These work excellent for what I needed them to do, which was to keep my fingers free from freezing and frostbite. I also had a thick, warm ski mask, which worked very well as a barrier to protect my face from the elements. And underneath that, I had a stocking cap on to help keep my head warm. I had a neck gaiter. The neck gaiter goes on first, and it's important that you wear it correctly or you will suffer. You must cover both your mouth and your nose, both your holes, both breathing areas, so that you're breathing through the material. That way it keeps your breathing warm and less cold, which is much better for your lungs. If you do not do this, your chances of getting pneumonia are high, especially if you're out in this kind of extreme weather for any amount of time. I had a hooded sweatshirt, which worked well. I also had a long sleeve shirt underneath that. And I also had an insulated wool blend long sleeve shirt underneath that as a base layer for my upper body. I had blue jeans on as an exterior layer, a middle layer that was like sweatpants, and underneath them I had insulated thermal wool blend long johns for a base layer for my lower body. I had thick insulated wool socks that were made for extreme cold temperatures. I highly recommend those to keep from having frozen feet and toes. I also wore very nice quality leather boots that I've had for years that I got when working a blue collar job. I must say that tennis shoes usually aren't going to cut it in this kind of weather. You really need durable footwear if you're going to be in this kind of extreme Arctic cold, especially if you have to go out into the snow or ice. Frostbite can set in fairly quickly when you're dealing with this kind of extreme temperature. If you're noticing a trend, it's that it helps to dress in layers and be insulated to keep warm. I also grew my beard out longer. There is something to say with having a long beard in the winter. It serves a practical purpose and it just looks good if you like that look. Now onto my tent. What I did here was vitally important to survive. I put up a layer of plastic drop sheets, which are just long, large, thin plastic sheets that you can get from a home improvement store that are fairly inexpensive as a layer to cut down on the wind and cold. I also put up a radiant barrier by using several of the inexpensive emergency Mylar silver space type blankets that you can find in the sporting goods section of a department store or a home improvement center. They help to trap the heat and radiate it back toward you, keeping you warmer. I did have a couple extra sleeping bags for my camping supplies that I also opened up and hung against the north and western sides inside of my tent, the direction where most of the really cold wind blows from. As far as a heat source goes, there are multiple different things a person can use to help keep warm. At the very minimum, definitely sleeping bags and blankets. I also have a dog. That helps. There's propane, butane, wood-burning stoves, electric heaters, and diesel heaters if you have access to that type of fuel source. I do recommend having some type of heat source. I'm not going go into what I have for the simple fact that I'm still living in my tent and I don't want anybody stealing my stuff. But you have options, so be prepared. Things I would have changed. For one, I would have insulated my floor. The floor was freezing. I should have put something down on it, and I wish I would have. Luckily for me, I made a makeshift bed out of an old futon that I had and was up off the floor to help keep me warm. It makes a huge difference. In spite of my experience, living for an extended period of time during an Arctic freeze and all through winter in a tent is not healthy. I got sick more than I've ever gotten sick in my whole entire life for such an extended period of time. So that is a word of warning. Now, I want to briefly touch on my mission. Texas has the most prisons of any U.S. state and is in dire need of people to help with prison ministry. Scripture says, "The harvest is abundant, but the laborers are few." Pray for laborers. Please pray for me and prayerfully consider helping me however you can. God bless. Have a good day. Don't forget to pray. See you bye.